A beloved volleyball coach who made a difference in her players' lives beyond the court has died. We talk with players about the death of Lisa Wilson.
And a Whitley County man accused of killing a federal witness has pleaded guilty to murder.
And so much green today, and I'm not talking about people's outfits. The latest on St. Patrick's Day showers moving out coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening again. I'm Steve Hensley.
And I'm Olivia Calfee. Tonight we're sharing with you a story about a woman who spent more than 30 years serving the Leslie County school system.
She was a retired teacher and district administrator and was currently the high school volleyball coach.
Lisa Wilson's coaching career was quite remarkable, but what stands out the most is the number of young lives that she impacted. I sat down with some of the Leslie County High School volleyball team to learn more about her legacy and the memories they say they will cherish forever.
On three. 1, 2, 3, all out.
To her players, she was more than just a coach. She was their #1 fan, second mom, and some even say she was their queen.
On her birthday, they got her like a little birthday crown and a birthday cake that said like "Happy Birthday, Queen Lisa," and we've just like called her that ever since.
And as her girls reflect on the memories,
her favorite fundraiser was mums. We sold mums, and we would sell tons. You know, everybody in Leslie County loves the volleyball team's mums.
They're leaning on each other.
We have to play for her, and we have to keep remembering her. I'll always play for her throughout the rest of my career, and I'll always try hard in school. She wanted us to try hard in school, and she was so excited to see where we would go.
Remembering the valuable lessons.
She taught me more than just volleyball. She really grew me into the person I am today, like playing volleyball and just being with her all throughout my high school career. She was just a good person.
And a legacy that will not be forgotten.
She was just such a caring person to be around. I think it's a really good legacy to leave because I think that a lot of coaches should be like her and really take time to get to know their players.
Because no one will ever be like beloved Queen Lisa.
She always made it clear that she loved us very much. She gave more to us than we could ever repay.
We love you, Lisa!
During Lisa's time as the high school volleyball coach, her team had 289 wins, 7 district championships, 3 All-A championships, and her team finished as Region 14 runner-up 3 times. Lisa's visitation is this evening from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Dwayne Walker Funeral Home in Hyden.
Well, we're starting to see cold air move back into the mountains this evening, and you can see we're dry in downtown Somerset right now, but that temperature continues to drop. 39 the current reading after we topped out in the 50s a little bit earlier on today. Outside, yes, it is a chilly one. 41 Prestonsburg, 42 in Pikeville. Still some 50s hanging on into parts of Southwest Virginia. Grundy's at 51, but everybody else is starting to drop those temperatures into the 30s and low 40s, and we'll continue to see things drop. Look at Jackson at 38 and Moorhead at 37. So the cold air is on the way as the last of the showers push out again. Bulk of these now pushing into Southwest Virginia and diminishing. We'll continue to see those push off to the east throughout the evening hours. The cold front has long pushed east, nothing to the west, so a dry night expected with those lows down into the 20s for many. Guys, I'll have the details on when we see a return to some slightly milder weather in a few minutes.
Evan, thank you. Former state lawmaker Wesley Morgan talked about the injustice he says his family is experiencing after his daughter's alleged killer was in court again. Jordan Morgan was killed at her father's Madison County mansion last year. Shannon Gilday is the man accused of the murder. In court today, family members learned that Gilday will not face a trial for at least 2 more years. Gilday's attorney is asking for more psychiatric testing for his client in jail.
There's no question about what happened that day. There's no question about Shannon's mental state. He is profoundly mentally ill.
Tom Griffith says he does not think his client will ever have a trial because he says there's nothing for a jury to decide. Gilday will be back in court in 2 months for another pretrial hearing. A trial date was tentatively set for May 2025.
A Whitley County man pleaded guilty to murdering a federal witness yesterday. 33-year-old Daniel Scott Nance's plea agreement revealed that he participated in drug trafficking in Whitley County from March 2017 to March 2019. In 2019, some of Nance's suppliers and co-conspirators were indicted by a federal grand jury. One of those individuals was Jerry D. Johnson. Police say Johnson had a romantic relationship with Nance and was pregnant. After the indictments, Johnson was given the opportunity to work with law enforcement against the interest of Nance. Nance reportedly shot and killed her on March 16, 2019. He is scheduled for sentencing on July 17th. He faces a mandatory minimum sentence of life in prison.
A man once pardoned by former Governor Matt Bevin had his federal conviction upheld in a Knox County murder case. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports the decision from the U.S. 6th Circuit Court of Appeals on Patrick Baker's request came down yesterday. The 3-judge panel ruled against Baker on every point his attorneys raised. Baker was convicted on a state charge of reckless homicide in 2017, but was pardoned by Bevin. During a new trial in 2022, Baker was convicted on federal charges in the death of Donald Mills. He was sentenced to 42 years in federal prison, which is what he was trying to appeal.
A grand jury indicted the former University of Kentucky student accused of assaulting a black student worker on Tuesday. Sophia Rosing is accused of physically assaulting the worker while repeatedly using racial slurs. Video shows a reportedly intoxicated Rosing in an altercation with the black desk worker at Boyd Hall during the early morning hours of November 6, 2022. Rosing is facing numerous charges. She will be back in court on March 17th.
Officials with the City of Manchester Fire Department were dispatched to a fire just before 5 p.m. yesterday at the Dollar General store in the Manchester Shopping Center. When crews arrived, they evacuated the store so they could start fighting the original fire. Firefighters were able to contain that one in a small location inside the store, but just before they cleared the scene, they discovered a second fire under the floor in some electrical wiring.